Good evening, Tottenham fans. I literally just put out a video explaining why ENIC need to wake up and why I do not trust them anymore. And then I saw this news. Conor Gallagher to Tottenham, here we go. The player has just informed Atleti about his decision to join Tottenham Hotspur FC. Spurs set to pay €40 million fee, permanent deal to beat Villa. Aston Villa agreed deal with Atletico today, but leave race as player didn't give final green light. And that's from Fabrizio Romano. Now, that's telling me that Conor Gallagher wanted to come to Spurs over Aston Villa. I am not sure why. If it was my decision and I wasn't a Tottenham fan, I would probably have joined Villa right now. Maybe Villa couldn't agree terms. Maybe Spurs are paying the money that Conor Gallagher wants. I think that he wanted a 200 grand a week. I think Spurs have told us that they're going to be paying a lot more wages than they did in the past. Maybe that's what attracted Conor Gallagher to finally come to us. He didn't come to us in the summer because we didn't want to pay his wages. Maybe things have changed. Maybe that's why he's joined us. Now, what does Conor Gallagher bring to us? Well, he definitely brings a lot of energy in that midfield. He is a forward-thinking player, so he will progress the ball. He's very good at the press, so very good at winning the ball back. He does score goals too if you play him in the right position. But what position will he play in? Now, I think he will play in the 8 behind Xavi, and then I think Paulinho will play behind him, which would make our midfield a lot more compatible and a lot more solid, in my opinion. Now, does he solve all the problems? No, but Bentancur is injured at the moment. Sarr is out at AFCON. I think Bergveld's still carrying a knock. So we do need reinforcements in midfield. And Conor Gallagher brings that Premier League experience. He knows what it's all about. He knows what the pace is like, and he can fit straight in. Also brings the English quota to us as well. Another English player that we needed in our squad. It can fit straight into the Champions League squad too. It's a good signing, in my opinion, because he ticks all the boxes. He's also was captain at Chelsea. So, you know, he brings that leadership too. He will drag people up and push on, just like Paulinho did against Aston Villa in that second half. You'll get a lot of that from Conor Gallagher as well. Now, I've seen a lot of Spurs fans saying they weren't really happy with this signing, but what I've been saying, and I've been saying this for a while, the top players are not going to come to Spurs. We need to sign these sorts of players, build a team, build cohesion, and start working our way up the table, start trying to compete for things before we can expect to buy those £100 million players. Because at the moment, those £100 million players will be going to City, to Liverpool, to Arsenal, to Bayern, to Real Madrid. They're not going to choose Spurs. So for me, I think this is the level of player that I think was a good buy. I think for the money as well, it works out about £30 million. We only spent about £7 million on Sousa at left back as well. So still plenty more funds to spend. This is definitely not it for me. I still think we need another ball playing midfielder, a progressive passer. I still think we need a right winger because Johnson has obviously been sold, and Kudus has got injured. So we need someone to play out on that right hand side. I still think we need to buy someone for that left hand side. I still think we need maybe probably a goalkeeper, but I don't think we're going to do that in this window. Maybe a striker now. Richarlison's been injured and Moani's only on loan. There's still lots to do in this squad. Still lots to do, but I'm glad that we've made a start. I'm glad that we bring in a midfielder before the West Ham game because we was on our bare bones. We literally only had 3 midfielders available for that West Ham game. At least we have someone now that can come in and play straight away. I think he will make us more solid. I do think he is a good player. I watched him for Crystal Palace, and I watched him for 4 games. I think it was 4 full games when he was playing for Crystal Palace, and for me, he was, I'm not just saying it because we just signed him, but he was their best player, like in all four of those games. And I thought, whoa, you know, if Chelsea don't want him, I'll have him. And he was only around 21, 22 at the time when I was watching him. And I thought, a young lad like that dominating midfields already, I thought that was pretty decent, you know. And I don't know why it didn't work at Chelsea. I think Pochettino really wanted to keep him. And that's another thing as well. If Pochettino comes back in the summer, Pochettino absolutely loves this player. And he played him all the time. And I think he was one of the reasons why Pochettino ended up leaving, because Pochettino wanted to keep this guy, but Chelsea needed the money and selling an English guy because they're going to get full profit from him. And he went to Atletico. I'm not sure that he would have wanted to go to another Premier League club at the time. That's why he went to Spain. But he just didn't get the game time out there, and he wanted to come home. And now he's come to Spurs. I really didn't think this would happen because he's an ex-Chelsea boy through and through. But it has happened, and that's what's... And now we've got him, and I think, you know, we should be happy with this signing. I'm not happy with ENIC still. I literally just made a video earlier saying how much they lied to us and telling us about this top four ambition and, you know, trying to compete for Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues. And, you know, and they were just watching us sink and doing nothing. None of them came out and said anything. I suppose actions speak louder than words now that Conor Gallagher has been signed. But there's still a lot more to do. I still think if ENIC, if the transfer window, if this was it for the transfer window and we didn't sign any more players, then I would be absolutely fuming. We still need a lot more to come in, but it's a good start. I think it's a good, solid signing. Like I said, there's so many positives to the signing, and we need to build around it now. And people saying, well, I didn't want a Conor Gallagher. Well, we haven't got a Bentancur anymore. And I think Gallagher's a better player than Bentancur. Not when Bentancur first came in and he was, you know, a proper player. But since he's been injured, I think Conor Gallagher's moved ahead of him now. And so not only has Bentancur's injury caused us to sign Gallagher, it just means now that Bentancur's place is going to be up for grabs. He scores goals as well, by the way, so it's not all doom and gloom. He could get on the end of the he could get on the score sheet. We need midfielders that score goals, because what midfielders for us score goals? At the moment, Pauline is our highest goal scoring midfielder, and he's supposed to be a defensive midfielder. I think he's got 4 goals this season already, 2 overheads, by the way. Not bad for a defensive midfielder, is it? So he will bring good things to Spurs, but it's still not enough. I still think we need to bring in a lot more. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think this is a good signing, or was you looking to see something else? Oh, but you know what? Just tell me in the comments, do you think that we still need a lot of more work to do? Thank you for watching, and come on, you Spurs.